Alright, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Goose. I'm going to do some doodles here. Also just talk about the way I approach projects, I approach my doodles. It's just my overall philosophy when it comes to art and design and pursuing your dreams. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off with opening Photoshop. This is the program I work on a regular basis. I'm going to do a new file. This sounds pretty good. 7x10, 300 resolution because I like it to look sharp. And if I decided to do a print file, this is a great resolution to do so. And usually if I print, it's CMYK, but for this, I'm going to keep it on the screen. I want to do RGB. And title, I'm going to do, let's see, sketches. Them sketches. All right, got that there. Okay, it. There we go. First things first, always create a different layer. Never do your doodles on that original background. It leads to disaster. So don't do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some sketches, play around with this. I'm going to do a display here. I'm going to do a round soft, and then right here, as you can see my cursor, I'm going to let's see here, hang on tight. Okay. I'm going to increase my brush size, so it's going to be this size here, and choose a darker color. Let's see, let's choose gray. Alright, so I'm basically doing this figure here, and I'm doing gray as far as a sketch. Alright, and I love doing sketches, and please do sketches because it allows you to map and plan out your particular thoughts. Alright, in this case I am copying a pose. Alright, and so let's see here. I'm ready for the brush. Particular pose. Let's see here. And that's about it as far as my silhouette. Now the next step that I'm going to do, I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to do a flat brush, and I'm going to start sketching my figure here. All right. Now this is just a sketch. If you do mistakes, it's okay. It's a sketch, you know. That's the whole reason to this, is so that you can make mistakes and go back in here and refine it. All right. And that is the beautiful thing about art or doing these sketches, is that when you first start, things don't look too great, to be honest. But you figure things out along the way, as well as you got to give yourself time to see the bigger picture, right? Sometimes it pops up right instantly, and other times you do have to work for it. You do have to chip away the edges and you know, see the final picture, and that could be very frustrating for someone who has not yet develop that skill or that trust that you can get to the point that you wish to go to. It just needs a little bit more time, right? I preach this to customers or guests that come in through the doors of Painting with a Twist. That is where I work, and I do instruct there, as well as I teach my Painting with a Twist candidates, artists, the Painting with a Twist way, right? Which, if you ever attend the class, it's a fun time out. It's just different. It's different from going out to the theater or a night out on the town. It's a definitely creative outlet. And for those who are creative, you should give it a try. See if you like it. There's probably be a lot of things that you know already, but it's nice to go out with a friend or a date and show off artistic skills. Don't show up the artist, which that is kind of sucks at times, because I've had some really good artists that would just show up and whoop out a great painting, and I'm left on stage thinking like, man, this guy's really good, or if I could only do this or that, you know. So do as you please, but do respect. I mean, imagine if you were on stage and someone's trying to show you up. It's not a good feeling, not at all. All right. So as you can tell, this is a woman's pose. All right. She is. You see how I made that little correction there. She is just putting her hands on her hip, and then she dips. You put your hands on your hip. I forgot the lyrics to that song, but it was something like that. Very popular in the 90s, I think. Sometimes I get my 90s and 2000s confused. Okay. And remember, this isn't the final. There's another layer that I'll be adding that will be a little bit more defined. This is just a preliminary layer or lines before putting those true lines on there. All right. So, doing her legs. And I do like showing that definition, or just a hint of a calf. In this one, I come down here. Do it this way. When you do these, it is practice. I mean, it's something you have to devote yourself. You know, there are days which your drawings or your art, painting, whatever it is, it doesn't click, but it is no reason to stop and just, you know, quit or just give up on it. Now I do believe like there are times where after I try, you know, an hour or so, and my things, my drawings or whatever it is that I'm doing still looks a little wonky, meaning it doesn't look good. I'll go ahead and quit for the time being. I should say quit. I'll just give myself a break, and it's really just giving myself or my eyes a break to adjust and refocus. Because at times, after you look at something after a while, for an extensive amount of time, it starts to look the same. It starts to look a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Just repetitive. Alright? And once it starts looking like that, you know, that's probably your brain just saying, hey guy, let's chill out for a little bit and, you know, get your eyes back in check. And when I say for a little bit, you know, sometimes it's you know, a few hours, sometimes it's a whole day, you know. But when I go back to it, I'll see things that I didn't see before, you know. And that's just really your body or your mind's telling you that it needs a little time out. It's exhausted, you know. Think about doing something over and over again for an extensive amount of time. Afterwards, you just get a little dull, you know? So give yourself that break when needed, and know that you can always go back and still be, you know, legit, still be doing your thing. Let's see here. So I'm pretty happy as far as my lines. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to create another layer. And let's see. Now this one I'll do black. And no, I'm not going to drop the opacity down. It's just going to be this part. And before that, what I can do, some people call this a little cheating. I just call it using your system, using what your Photoshop gave you, right? Oh, don't want to do that. Let's do our Smudge Tool. Alright. You can see it's not a perfect line, but I don't care. I'm not really looking for a perfect line. I'm just looking for that shape to really be there. So when I do my my final lines, then I can see them and I know I'll be in the right, on the right page. Let's see here. I don't want to shrink it. I do that. Just want to expand it a little bit. Make her head a little bit bigger. This is a problem I had as a, I still have, I guess. Growing up, I used to do these people with small heads. Now, I'm not talking about like Beetlejuice heads. I'm talking about like they're proportional, but just a smaller scale. And really that's close to how one of my favorite artists used to do his particular style. So like anything you want to do successful in life, you try to copy that person or that person and emulate them. I'm saying it right. Hopefully I'm saying it right. All right. And definitely was an influence to my style. I'm going to rotate this. Thing I learned from a professor in college was when you need to rotate your paper, or in this case rotate this particular canvas, and do that line or that, do that particular line that you're looking for. A lot of times I get lazy, and I know other people get lazy, and they don't take the time to rotate their canvas. All right. And the reason why you want to do so is that we have a natural progression to do lines a particular way, or do lines better a particular way. Whether it's you going vertical, you can do a line, or whether you can do a horizontal line, you can do that way better. So find what angles you are dominant in, and do it that way, or if you're really struggling with doing lines a particular way, then practice on that. If you're not good doing vertical lines, maybe do vertical lines instead of doing something that you are comfortable with. Now, there are times where I'll avoid that. If I'm turning in a project, I really don't have time to practice. I just need to do what I know works. All right. So at that point, don't practice what you're struggling in, because you need to meet a deadline. All right. This takes practice. As you can see, I'm doing a line, but then I might erase that line because I don't like it. And I'll keep doing that till I find the line that agrees with me. And just to kind of tell you what's going on, I am doing this with my mouse. I totally kid. This would be nearly, I wouldn't say impossible, because anything is possible, but this would be very difficult doing with a mouse. And when you first start this, you're like, I have no money, so I guess I'll do it with a mouse. And eventually you will make that investment, which is a great investment. And I'm talking about investing in a tablet. This particular case, what I invested in is a Wacom tablet, and it is pronounced Wacom. But this tablet just allows me to be able to mimic that of a real scenario of drawing on paper. All right, this is definitely need a lot of practice on doing this at the same time being able to talk. Kudos to all those artists that can do that. That's pretty talented. All right. Let's see, this is the ankle here, ankle there. That is the butt. Let's see here. And then I have to decide how this will look. I have it to where thumbs right there. All right. Sometimes I believe, and I have a very close to painter style. I tip my hat off to those particular artists that are just hyper realistic and that can do these little bitty details, spend hours and hours on a painting or on a particular artwork assignment. Kudos to you guys. I mean, you guys are awesome. And I wish I had that patience. I wish I had that time. Right? Yeah, well, I'll take back the whole time thing. For me, it's just I like doing things fast. So, but definitely love the style. Love how the things look. Going back to being fast and having my particular style like so. Of course you can do more projects, and with the details, it's an illusion for me, making the illusion of this is a face, and this is a smile, and this is a whatever it is. It's just an illusion. I mean, I'm making this stuff up, and if you can look from it far away and think, oh look at those eyes, they're pretty, that's what I want to complete. I don't care for my my audience to look at this really close and see every pore of her face, or be able to tell like what lipstick she wore, or whatever it is. That's not my interest. My interest is just to put down an image, make it look visually pleasing, and communicate like that. All right. So this is almost about finished, which is awesome. Next thing that I'll do is just add some, and let's fix this. I'll add some shadows or some tones in there, so give some dimension. All right, do this right here, and put this one. I'll just do this color here. All right. So I'm kind of rendering her. Let's see here. And then I'm not really focused on staying within the lines here. I just want to get some dimension there. Right here, let's see here. I like doing that line sometimes I don't, but it's pretty much, it's a line, and I'll go with something a little darker. It's line to cast, here's the light, and here's the shadow. Doesn't look that bad right there. I can always go back here and grab this color and put in little highlights. Your contrast. This is all good. Let's see. Alright. That's done with that. Now I can always go here. Let's see. This is a cool little trick. I go over here and just create one layer so you get rid of that, and then this right here I can do some manipulation. Yeah, I like to do the puppet wrap. Okay. So puppet wrap. Can put more arch in their back. Move her head back. Go into here. And I am marking things that can move and cannot move. Taking on there. Your little broad shoulders. Extend that. Elongate that. There. I like that. Alright. And there we have it. There's our subject there. Place her on the side right here. Alright. Q. Go back here. Place it. That person. You see the difference there. All right. I don't need to see that layer anymore. Actually, I do want to see this layer here. All right. I'll make this smaller. Oh, actually, I'm going to delete it. All right. But I still want to be able to sketch. All right. And then the next one that I'm going to do is I'll do a face. Just a face. Let's see here. All right. So right here, there's this part, there's this part, there's the mouth part, extends this part, almost the same as this. Bring that up here, bring that there. The ear is always in between this one and this one. All right. Right here. Okay. Pretty much set. And I'm going to go ahead and start doing some details. For this one, I'm not going to go in between layers. I'm going to have it to where I'm sketching out something. And I go back in here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dive in and just do this face. All right. And I love doing faces. I love being able to match the character with the details. You know, sometimes you nail it, sometimes you don't. But you just keep going. I mean, it's okay. Like some of the faces that I do, I nail it, and other ones, I cannot get the look. All right, it's good to know your anatomy, right? That, you know, this is your lips. You always have that little V right here. Bring it onto the side. This always lines up with the eye here and the eye over here. You make these little dents at the corner of the mouth. You know, but everybody's a little different. Some people parts are bigger than others, and some are really small and tiny. Let's see here. Okay. And make these lines here. All right. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm pretty sure you don't know who I'm drawing. It's kind of tough to tell with just black and white and this far into it. But this is my girlfriend's favorite actor in the whole wide world. I mean, she just straight up idolizes this guy. And I'm a pretty big fan of his. He's always done great films. But if you haven't guessed it, it's Mr. Farce himself, Tom Hanks. Right? You're a fan as well, right? I haven't met too many people that just were like, yeah, Tom Hanks, don't like the guy. Hate him. He creates these horrible movies, worst taste in movies. I haven't met that person that has said that. Because really, I mean, the guy himself has not made too many mistakes when it comes to movie. Now, there are skeletons in the closet. I think he made a movie called Joe versus the Volcano, and it wasn't too good. I've never personally seen it, but I hear bad things about it. Horrible things, maybe, I don't know. Good things, definitely not. So, but if you have seen that movie, yeah, write it down there. Tell me, Goose, the movie is great, fantastic, you ought to see it. Or tell me, Goose, it's not worth your time. Just go on. Forget that he ever made such a movie. I think we all get to that point where we slum a little bit. We'll take whatever is thrown our way. You know, we'll take that little project in the hopes that if we can do great things with this project, it'll lead to more work or better work or more pay. So, you know, he might have failed with that movie and it wasn't so good, but it might have been a wake-up call for him not to do movies just for money. You know, there's a lot of good that comes out of bad. Gave him this big forehead, you can see right here. Tom Hanks does have a large noggin. Let's see. Old Jenny. So nice. Alright. Just gonna go back. You can still see some of those lines. That's the thing about doing it this way. You gotta go back and you gotta really push it, refine it, and it's just by going back in there with some dark grays, and then light, and then some dark grays, and then go back to lights, and keep doing that till you get those results you're looking for. All right, and one of the brushes that I have not used, I do have at my disposal. You could use the Smudge Tool, and Smudge Tool is pretty good, but sometimes it leaves it too smooth, and I prefer that painterly look. And you don't achieve that with too much, with a bunch of smudges or blending, that blending tool. All right, there you go. All right, not necessarily Tom Hanks himself, but fairly close. And this is that Smudge Tool. You see how smooth it leaves it. I prefer that rough look. That, hey, I've been working all day with this. Show me some love. You know, you can get away with this, but I prefer this. Alright, so that concludes it. I try to do one of these videos every week. Tell you guys more about me as well as the philosophy. Bottom line, just have fun with it. I have fun with this, and I've been having fun since I was a little kid, and I continue to have fun with drawing and illustrating and making up characters and recreating scenes. I don't get paid for these sketches, and I don't get paid for some of the stuff that I do, but I just love doing it. I have a passion for it, and I think most artists in the professions, they don't get into it to make, you know, thousands and, or I should say hundreds and thousands and millions. They're into it because they just enjoy it. They utterly have an appreciation for the skills and for the talent of others and for the dedication and overall improvement. We love seeing improvement. I mean, that's huge for me. I know it's huge for a lot of artists that they can do things and they know within a year, if they keep steady with their regimen of drawing daily, they're going to improve, you know. So thanks for watching. I'm going to do some more of these and you know, improve on my skills as well. And I'll see you hopefully next week. Till then, keep on drawing.